Welcome to Zoe Stories. My cousin's bet made me her perfect girlfriend. I had never been the type to attract attention. Shy, quiet, and hopelessly awkward, I preferred blending into the background rather than standing out. At 21, life felt like a series of missed opportunities, small humiliations, and the constant feeling that I was invisible to everyone who mattered. That all changed the moment my cousin Lena walked into my apartment that Saturday afternoon. Lena, flamboyant, bold, and effortlessly beautiful, had a way of making everyone around her feel insignificant. She leaned against my doorway, arms crossed, a mischievous smile playing across her lips. "You're still sitting in your pajamas at noon?" she teased, eyes sparkling. I mumbled, fumbling with my phone. "No excuses, Daniel," she interrupted, stepping into the room with her usual confidence. "I've got a challenge for you. And if you lose, well, let's just say, you'll owe me a lot more than you think." I blinked. "Challenge?"
Me?
My stomach twisted. "Wait, what kind of challenge?" I asked cautiously. Her smile widened.
A bet.
"A simple bet. You dress up like a girl. Full on. Hair, makeup, dress, the works. If you can't pull it off convincingly, you lose. And the loser has to follow the winner's rules for a week." My heart sank. I can't." "You can, Daniel," she said softly, almost teasing. "And I know you'll look adorable." At first, I laughed nervously, thinking she was joking. But Lena's gaze hardened. "I'm serious. 1 week. Your choice. You win, you're free. You lose, you become my perfect girlfriend for 7 days. Everything I say, you obey. No complaints." My jaw dropped. "Your girlfriend? For a week?"
Yes.
"And you'll do it properly," she said. "I'll show you exactly how. Hair, makeup, lingerie, walking, speaking, everything. You won't recognize yourself by the end." I shook my head. "This is insane. I can't." "You already agreed by not saying no," Lena interrupted, her tone both teasing and commanding. "Now, are we starting? Or are you backing out?" The words hit me like a punch. Fear, humiliation, and a strange, unidentifiable curiosity coursed through me. Somehow, against all logic, I nodded. She dragged me to her bedroom, a space brimming with beauty products, clothes, and heels of every kind. "Sit," she commanded, pointing to a vanity mirror. I sat, knees trembling, staring at my reflection. For the first time, I realized the enormity of what I had agreed to. Lena smiled as she handed me a silky robe. "Strip down. I'll show you what real transformation looks like." I hesitated, then reluctantly complied. Standing in just my underwear, I felt exposed, vulnerable. Lena circled me like a predator admiring her prey. "You're going to be stunning," she whispered, almost reverently. "And when we're done, you won't even recognize yourself." She handed me a compact mirror. I stared at my reflection, trying to reconcile the boy I was with the possibility of the girl I would become. Panic twisted in my chest. I don't know if I can do this," I admitted, voice shaking. "Sure," Lena said, brushing a strand of hair behind my ear. "That's why you need me. Don't fight it. You'll enjoy it eventually." Her words were sweet, but there was an undeniable cruelty beneath them. The thrill of control and the humiliation of obedience collided in my chest. And then it hit me, I was already too far in. The bet had started. The transformation was no longer optional. Lena's game had begun, and I was her perfect subject. As she reached for the first box of makeup, her eyes gleaming with anticipation, she whispered, "Ready, Daniel? Or should I call you Danny for now?" My heart raced. The first brushstroke on my face would mark the beginning of a change I couldn't undo. And in that moment I realized I was terrified, excited, and utterly powerless. I sat frozen on the edge of Lena's plush bed, staring at the array of makeup, brushes, and dresses spread out before me. My hands shook uncontrollably. The reality of what I had agreed to hit me like a tidal wave. Lena crouched in front of me, picking up a foundation brush. "First, we make the skin flawless, doll. You'll thank me later." Doll? I asked nervously, my voice barely above a whisper. Yes, she said, smiling. It suits you. Now close your eyes. Trust me. The first brushstroke across my cheek sent shivers through me. I flinched instinctively, then froze, realizing how intimate this act was. Lena's hands were gentle but firm, guiding my head, adjusting my posture, whispering instructions. Relax, feel it. You're becoming beautiful, she murmured. As she applied foundation, blush, and eyeshadow, I stared at my reflection in the mirror. Each layer of makeup distorted the boy I had been. Daniel was still there, vague, frightened, but already fading beneath the new contours, colors, and highlights Lena painted across my face. You're gorgeous already, she said, brushing away a stray curl. But we're just getting started. I didn't feel gorgeous. I felt exposed, vulnerable, and terrified. Yet, there was a strange thrill pulsing through me, an unexpected, forbidden pleasure in her attention and control. Next came the lingerie. Lena handed me a delicate lace set, holding it up like a trophy. Put it on, doll. Properly. Every detail matters. My cheeks burned crimson. I wanted to refuse, to hide, to escape, but Lena's gaze was too commanding. My hands shook as I dressed, feeling every texture against my skin, every new sensation twisting humiliation and curiosity together. Perfect, she said, her eyes glittering with satisfaction. Now the dress. She draped a soft, flowing dress over my shoulders. The fabric hugged my body in ways I had never imagined. Every step I took toward the mirror felt like stepping into another world. I stared at myself, hardly recognizing the reflection. Wide, expressive eyes, soft curls, delicate curves, all a testament to Lena's skill and control. I look like a girl, I whispered, voice trembling. Yes, doll. And you are one now, Lena said softly. Or, at least, you'll be soon. Just follow my lead. Tears pricked my eyes. I wanted to cry, to scream, to run, but my body, my reflection, my humiliation, and the strange thrill of attention rooted me in place. Next came the lessons in walking and posture. Lena guided me through every step, every sway of the hips, every tilt of the chin. Confidence, doll, she said. Even if you don't feel it, you must show it. People respond to how you carry yourself. I stumbled at first, my legs wobbling in the heels. Every misstep made me flush with embarrassment, but Lena's hand on my lower back reassured and controlled me simultaneously. You're mine, and I'll make sure you survive this, she whispered. By the end of the session, I was exhausted, emotionally raw, and trembling. My reflection in the mirror was not Daniel. It was doll, soft, delicate, and unmistakably feminine. I don't know if I can do this, I confessed, voice breaking. You can, Lena said, leaning close. And you will, because deep down you want this. You want to see what it's like to be beautiful, admired, controlled. You just don't know it yet. Her words were both cruel and intoxicating. Fear and desire collided inside me. I hated myself for feeling a thrill, yet I couldn't deny it. As Lena held my face, brushing a stray curl from my cheek, she whispered, Tomorrow we take you out in public, doll. First time anyone outside this room sees you. Are you ready for that? I froze. The thought of being seen, humiliated, and admired simultaneously sent a shiver down my spine. I wasn't sure I could survive it, yet a forbidden excitement pulsed inside me. The morning air was crisp, but it did little to calm the storm inside me. Lena had insisted that today would be my first real test outside the confines of her apartment. You're ready, doll, she said, handing me a small clutch. We're going to the mall. Cafes, shops, people everywhere. They'll see you. And you will survive it beautifully. I shook my head. I can't. Too many people. You can and you will, she said firmly. I'm right here. Every step. Trust me. Her confidence both terrified and thrilled me. Part of me wanted to run, to disappear, but another part, a part one barely recognized, throbbed with anticipation. Lena guided me through every detail, The dress, the accessories, makeup touch-ups. You're gorgeous, she whispered, adjusting a curl. And the world is going to notice. Smile, doll. Let them see you. I hesitated in front of the mirror, staring at the reflection. The girl staring back, wide eyes, soft features, delicate curves, was entirely unfamiliar. I swallowed hard, trembling. I don't know if I can do this, I whispered. Sure you will, Lena said, brushing a stray curl behind my ear. Fear is natural, but the thrill, that's real too. Embrace it. The moment we stepped into the mall, I felt the weight of every gaze. Heads turned, whispers rippled through the crowds. My heart raced. My legs trembled in the heels. Walk with me, doll, Lena instructed, linking her arm through mine. Show them who you are. Beautiful. Confident. Mine. Every step felt like a tightrope over a precipice. Every glance, every whisper, magnified my fear and humiliation. Yet, beneath the terror, a strange, forbidden thrill pulsed through me. People were noticing me, admiring me, and I couldn't deny the intoxicating power it gave me, even as I hated myself for it. A group of young men passing by nudged each other and stared openly. My cheeks burned crimson. Lena squeezed my hand, whispering, Ignore them. Smile. Let them admire. This is your moment, doll. Own it. I forced a smile, my heart hammering in my chest. Every compliment, every lingering look, pierced me with a mix of shame and excitement. You're perfect, Lena murmured. And they see it too. Soon you'll love this. I hated the truth of her words. Yet the blush creeping across my cheeks told a story I couldn't deny. Part of me craved the attention, craved the validation, even as fear and embarrassment overwhelmed me. We wandered from store to store. Lena's control was relentless yet subtle, guiding me to pose, to smile, to hold myself like a woman. Every step, every glance, eroded Daniel further, solidifying Doll's presence. I feel exposed, I admitted during a quiet moment, voice shaking. You are exposed, Lena said softly. But look at you, admired, irresistible. Isn't it thrilling, doll? Her words cut deep. Fear, embarrassment, humiliation, and forbidden excitement collided. Daniel's voice wanted to scream, stop, but Doll's body, Doll's face, Doll's presence moved forward obediently. Inside a boutique, Lena guided me to a full-length mirror. I stared, shocked by the girl who gazed back. Every detail, hair, makeup, dress, posture, was immaculate. I don't recognize myself, I whispered, tears pricking my eyes. You will, Lena said, brushing a curl from my cheek. Daniel is fading, Doll is emerging. And the world sees you now. I swallowed hard, caught between fear and a forbidden thrill. The realization hit me like a tidal wave. I was no longer just Daniel. I was Doll, and she was controlling every inch of me. As we left the boutique, Lena leaned close, whispering with a gleam in her eye. Tomorrow, we meet someone important, Doll. Someone who will see you for the first time in public, fully, and won't forget. Are you ready for that? My stomach twisted. Public exposure had already pushed me to my limits. The thought of more attention, more scrutiny, more humiliation, both terrified and excited me. Daniel was fading fast. Doll was stepping forward completely. The next morning, I woke with a mixture of dread and anticipation. My muscles ached from yesterday's heels, and my mind was still spinning from the humiliating yet intoxicating experience of being seen in public as Doll. Up, Doll, Lena called cheerfully, leaning against the doorway of my bedroom. Today you meet someone. Someone who will test your charm and your obedience. I froze. Meet someone? Who? You'll see, she said, a teasing smile curling her lips. Just remember your role. You're Doll. Beautiful, charming, irresistible, and completely mine. Her words made my stomach twist. Fear, embarrassment, and a forbidden thrill all collided at once. I wanted to scream, to run, yet a small, guilty part of me felt excited. Lena guided me through the morning routine with meticulous care: makeup touch-ups, hair styling, outfit selection. Today's choice was a soft, pastel dress that accentuated the curves Lena had helped me shape. High heels, subtle jewelry, and a delicate clutch completed the ensemble. "You're stunning," Lena murmured as she fastened the last clasp. "Now, remember, charm, confidence, obedience. You're going to make an impression they'll never forget." I stared at myself in the mirror. Doll was fully realized now. Daniel's face, Daniel's posture, Daniel's hesitations, all were fading beneath the polished, feminine exterior. I don't know if I can do this," I whispered. "You can and you will," Lena said firmly. "Fear is natural. Thrill is natural. But control is mine. And you'll follow it." We arrived at a quiet cafe. Lena had invited her friend's brother, Mark, a charming, confident young man in his early 20s. His eyes widened when he saw me. "Wow, you're beautiful," he said, almost breathless. I felt my cheeks burn. The blush was real, involuntary, exposing every ounce of my internal conflict. Lena's hand rested possessively on my lower back, grounding me and controlling me at once. "Doll, smile. Look at him." "Confidence," Lena whispered. I obeyed, forcing a delicate smile. My heart raced. Every word, every glance, every shift of my body was a tightrope walk between humiliation and thrill. Mark leaned in, eyes warm. "I've never met anyone like you before. You have this energy." I swallowed, my voice trembling. "Thank you," I whispered, barely audible. Lena guided my responses subtly, whispering phrases into my ear, adjusting my posture, and making me look irresistible. I hated how easy it was to follow, how natural Doll felt under her control. "You're doing perfectly, Doll," Lena said softly. "And he notices. That's all that matters." The blush on my cheeks deepened, the thrill of attention mingling with embarrassment. Daniel's voice protested faintly in the background, but Doll's body, Doll's expression, Doll's charm responded flawlessly. After Mark left, Lena led me to a quiet corner of the cafe. "See? You're irresistible when you follow my lead. Daniel is fading, Doll is emerging, and soon, you won't even remember the hesitation, the fear, the old self." Tears pricked my eyes. The truth was undeniable. The thrill of attention, the satisfaction of obedience, the intoxicating blend of embarrassment and desire, it was changing me in ways I hadn't expected. I don't know if I can keep doing this," I whispered. "You will, Doll," Lena said, brushing a tear from my cheek. "Because deep down you crave it. You crave the attention, the control, and you'll love it." Her words were both cruel and intoxicating. I hated them, yet a small part of me, a forbidden part, couldn't deny their truth. As we left the cafe, Lena whispered with a gleam in her eye, "Tomorrow we take you to the mall for real. Cameras, crowds, everyone watching. Are you ready for that, Doll?" My stomach twisted at the thought. Public exposure, humiliation, and admiration all at once. Daniel was fading fast. Doll was stepping forward completely, and there was no turning back. The mall's automatic doors slid open, and the flood of noise, chatter, and flashing displays hit me like a wall. My heart pounded, palms sweaty, every nerve screaming that I shouldn't be here. Lena's hand on my lower back grounded me, but it also reminded me that I had no choice. I was Doll now, and Doll was hers. "Stay close," Lena whispered, a predatory smile tugging at her lips. "Every eye will be on you. Don't flinch, Doll. Show them perfection." I swallowed hard, forcing myself to keep pace. My heels clicked against the polished tiles, each step a battle between fear, humiliation, and a strange, thrilling excitement. People stopped and stared. Whispers followed us like shadows. I felt every gaze, every judgment, every longing glance, yet I couldn't move away. Lena guided me with subtle touches, adjusting my posture, tilting my chin, encouraging a soft, enchanting smile. "You're irresistible," she murmured. "And everyone sees it. Own it, doll. You're mine, and this is your debut. I wanted to disappear. I wanted to retreat into Daniel, to shed doll's body and face, to escape the attention. Yet the reality was undeniable. The girl in the reflection, wide-eyed, delicate, polished, was real, and she was me, at least for now. Near the food court, a group of college boys nudged each other and stared openly. My face burned crimson. I wanted to hide, to sink into the floor, but Lena's hand on my arm reminded me I was under her control. Smile, she whispered. They're not the enemy. Admire your power. Your doll now. I forced a smile, shaking from embarrassment. Each compliment, each lingering gaze, pushed me further into doll's persona. The thrill was undeniable, yet shame coursed through me with every heartbeat. Lena guided me to a boutique with large mirrors, instructing me to try on a series of dresses. Each reflection showed a more perfected doll, Danny's boyish features fading beneath layers of fabric, makeup, and poise. You're flawless, she said, brushing a curl from my cheek. People will notice. And you'll love it eventually. I hated her words, yet I couldn't deny a creeping thrill. I was being admired, envied, and controlled, all at once. Daniel's voice protested faintly in the back of my mind, but doll responded effortlessly to Lena's guidance. By mid-afternoon, exhaustion and emotion overtook me. In a quiet corner of the boutique, I sank to the floor, tears pricking my eyes. I don't know if I can do this anymore, I whispered. Lena knelt beside me, tilting my chin up. Doll. You can. Fear, shame, excitement, they're all part of the process. You're becoming beautiful, irresistible, mine. And you'll survive this. I promise. Her words were cruel and tender simultaneously. I trembled, caught between humiliation and forbidden pleasure. The mirror reflected a girl I barely recognized, yet I couldn't deny the thrill of attention, the satisfaction of obedience. As we left the boutique, Lena whispered into my ear, "Tomorrow we take you to the charity gala. Cameras, crowds, the public will see doll in full glory. Are you ready to show them your perfection?" My stomach twisted. The thought of further exposure, humiliation, and admiration made my heart race. Daniel was fading, doll was stepping forward completely, and there was no turning back. The night air was electric as we approached the grand ballroom of the charity gala. Crystal chandeliers glimmered inside, casting light on elegantly dressed guests. The moment I stepped out of the car, I felt the weight of every gaze. Lena's hand rested firmly on my lower back, reminding me there was no escape. I was doll, and this was my stage. Remember, doll, Lena whispered, her lips close to my ear. Confidence, charm, perfection. You're mine, and tonight the world will see it. I swallowed hard, forcing my trembling legs to carry me forward. Every step in the heels felt like walking a tightrope over a chasm of fear and humiliation. The grand double doors opened, and the room erupted in murmurs and glances. Guests turned toward me, admiring the soft pastel dress, the delicate makeup, the elegance in my posture. My heart raced. Daniel's familiar world, the safety of invisibility, was gone. I was exposed, admired, and vulnerable. You look stunning, Lena whispered, guiding me toward the crowd. Own it. Every glance, every whisper, is a testament to your perfection. I forced a smile, every muscle tensed, aware of how visible I was. Each compliment, each lingering stare, was a mix of terror and forbidden thrill. A young man approached, confident and charming, offering a polite bow. Excuse me, I couldn't help noticing you. You're breathtaking. My cheeks burned crimson. Thank you, I whispered, voice trembling. Lena's hand lightly pressed on my back, grounding and controlling me at the same time. Smile, doll, she murmured. Charm him. You're irresistible. I did as instructed, forcing a gentle smile and nod. Every word, every glance, every tilt of my head was guided by Lena. The thrill of attention mixed with shame until the lines between fear and excitement blurred. Lena led me to the dance floor, encouraging me to sway with grace. I stumbled at first, heels clicking awkwardly, but she corrected my posture with firm, gentle hands. "You're perfect," she whispered. "Feel it. You are doll. Everyone sees it. Embrace it." As we moved, I noticed the gazes of other men and women. I was no longer Daniel, no longer invisible, no longer ordinary. I was doll, admired, controlled, and utterly exposed. The thrill of obedience, the intoxicating power of being admired, and the shame of vulnerability intertwined until I couldn't separate fear from pleasure. Near the exit, a large mirror reflected the girl I had become. Wide eyes, delicate curves, polished features, all under Lena's guidance. Daniel's reflection was fading fast, replaced by Doll's feminine presence. I don't know if I can keep doing this," I whispered, voice breaking. "You can, Doll," Lena said softly. "And you will. Because deep down you crave this attention, this admiration. You're becoming perfect. And you'll survive everything tonight." Her words were cruel and tender, both terrifying and intoxicating. I trembled, feeling the emotional weight of my transformation, the loss of my old identity, and the thrill of being seen as beautiful. As we left the ballroom, Lena leaned close, her eyes glinting with control and delight. "Tomorrow, doll, we take the ultimate step. A photo shoot, public exposure, and the world will see you completely. Are you ready to become irresistible for everyone?" My stomach twisted with dread and anticipation. The fear of exposure, the thrill of attention, and the intoxicating sense of Doll's emerging identity left no room for retreat. Daniel was fading. Doll was taking over fully. The morning sunlight streamed through the curtains, highlighting the pastel dress I wore for today's event. My stomach twisted with nerves and anticipation. Today was no casual outing, no mall trip. Today was a professional photo shoot, a public display that would put Doll completely in the spotlight. Lena's eyes gleamed with that familiar, controlling spark as she handed me a delicate clutch. "You're ready, Doll," she said, brushing a curl from my cheek. "Today, the world sees you. Cameras, photographers, strangers, all of them will witness your perfection." I swallowed hard, the weight of her words pressing down on me. My reflection in the mirror, wide-eyed, soft-featured, utterly feminine, made Daniel feel like a distant memory. Doll stared back confidently, obediently, but my heart still raced with fear and embarrassment. The photography studio was bustling with activity. Bright lights, camera flashes, and the hum of equipment made me shiver. Lena guided me through every step, correcting posture, adjusting my hair, and whispering instructions into my ear. "Chin up, shoulders back, hips forward," she murmured. "You are Doll. You are mine. And the world will see it." I nodded, trembling, my body reacting to her words. Every flick of her hand, every gentle touch, every whispered command reminded me Daniel no longer mattered. Doll was here, perfect and visible. The photographer instructed me to pose, to smile, to tilt my head. My cheeks burned crimson under the lights. I felt every eye on me, every judgment, every unspoken admiration. Lena hovered nearby, guiding me like a puppeteer, adjusting my expression, my posture, my every movement. "You're beautiful, Doll," she whispered, her voice both soothing and commanding. "Now show them. Show them everything." As the camera clicked, I realized the full weight of exposure. Every smile, every curve, every glance was documented. My vulnerability was on display, yet the thrill of attention pulsed through me. Shame and excitement collided violently in my chest. After the studio session, Lena insisted we step outside for some street-style shots. Crowds gathered, curious stares and whispers following us. Every glance, every comment, intensified my humiliation and secret thrill. "You're irresistible," Lena murmured as we walked. "See how they admire you? This is your power now. You are Doll, and everyone notices." I forced a polite smile, my legs trembling. The attention was intoxicating, but it also made me ache for Daniel, the safe, invisible boy I had been. Yet every time I looked at my reflection in shop windows, Doll stared back, flawless, obedient, and captivating. By mid-afternoon, exhaustion and emotion took over. Lena guided me to a quiet cafe, and I sank into a chair, trembling. I don't know if I can keep doing this, I whispered, tears pricking my eyes. You can, Doll, Lena said firmly, brushing a curl from my cheek. Fear, shame, thrill, they're all part of the process. Daniel is fading. Doll is emerging. And tonight you will be completely irresistible. Her words were cruel and intoxicating. I hated her control, yet a forbidden part of me craved it. The humiliation, the admiration, the complete surrender, it was changing me in ways I hadn't imagined. Later, Lena pulled me in front of a full-length mirror. I barely recognized the girl staring back. Every detail, hair, makeup, dress, posture, was perfect. Doll had fully emerged, and Daniel was fading fast. I don't know who I am anymore, I admitted, voice trembling. You are Doll, Lena said softly. Beautiful, admired, obedient. And soon you will love it. You belong to me now, and the world will see you exactly as I intend. Tears streamed down my cheeks, a mixture of fear, excitement, shame, and forbidden pleasure. The mirror reflected not just my appearance, but the loss of my old self, the final confirmation that Doll was taking over completely. As we left the studio, Lena leaned close, her lips brushing my ear. Tomorrow, Doll, we go to the charity gala for real. Cameras, crowds, everyone watching. And someone from your past will see you and recognize you. Are you ready to face them as your new self? My stomach twisted with dread and anticipation. The public exposure, humiliation, and attention had pushed me to my limits. Daniel was gone, Doll had fully emerged, and Lena's control was absolute. There was no turning back. The charity gala was alive with glittering chandeliers, elegantly dressed guests, and the soft murmur of polite conversation. I felt exposed, every eye on me, every glance a test of my control and composure. Doll had fully emerged, the flawless reflection in the mirror, the delicate posture, the perfect smile, but beneath it, Daniel's fear and hesitation lingered like a shadow. Lena's hand rested possessively on my back as she led me through the crowd. Remember, Doll, she whispered. Confidence. Charm. Perfection. You belong to me tonight. I nodded, forcing the smile that had become second nature. I was adjusting my hair near a mirror when a familiar voice cut through the soft music and chatter. Wait, is that Daniel? My stomach dropped. I froze, heart pounding violently. I turned slowly to see Alex, my childhood friend, staring at me with wide eyes. His gaze locked onto me, and in that moment, I felt Daniel's world collide with Doll's reality. No, it can't be, he muttered under his breath, staring at my soft features, the delicate dress, the makeup, everything. I felt my knees weaken. Lena's grip tightened on my arm, grounding me. Don't panic, Doll, she whispered. Own it. You are Doll. You are mine. He will see only what I allow him to see. Alex approached cautiously, curiosity and disbelief mingling in his expression. Daniel, is that really you? I trembled. Words caught in my throat. Daniel wanted to shout, to run, to reveal himself. But Doll's composure, trained by Lena, took over. Yes, I whispered softly, voice feminine, controlled. It's me, but I'm different now. Alex's eyes widened further. I don't understand. What happened? Lena stepped forward smoothly, her presence commanding. He's Doll now, she said with a smile, her hand lightly brushing my arm possessively. Beautiful, charming, and completely mine. Alex's jaw dropped. Shock, disbelief, and fascination rippled across his face. I felt the heat of humiliation rise, my heart thundering. Later, Lena guided me to a quieter corner. My body shook with adrenaline, shame, and forbidden excitement. I don't know who I am anymore, I admitted, tears pricking my eyes. Daniel, Doll, I can't tell where I end and she begins. You are dull, Lena said softly, brushing a curl from my cheek. Beautiful, obedient, admired. Daniel is fading. And you, doll, are perfect. Don't fight it. You'll learn to love it. Her words were both cruel and intoxicating. I hated her control, yet part of me, shameful, forbidden, thrived on it. The recognition had shattered Daniel's sense of safety, but Doll's persona responded flawlessly under Lena's guidance. Later, in the quiet of a restroom, I stared at my reflection in the mirror. Doll's eyes met mine, wide and vulnerable, yet confident. Daniel's presence felt distant, like a fading echo. I don't know who I am anymore, I whispered, voice breaking. You are Doll, Lena said, appearing behind me, her voice gentle but commanding. And soon you will accept it fully. The world sees you. Alex sees you. Everyone will see the perfection I've made. And you will survive it beautifully. Tears streamed down my cheeks, a mixture of fear, excitement, shame, and a creeping sense of forbidden desire. Doll had fully emerged, and Daniel was becoming a memory. As we left the restroom, Lena whispered into my ear with a glint of control and delight. Tomorrow, Doll, we take you to the gala's grand finale. Cameras, live audience, everyone watching. And you'll meet someone who will test your heart and your obedience. Are you ready to face it? My stomach twisted. Public exposure, recognition, and total attention had pushed me to my limits. Daniel was fading fast. Doll had fully emerged. And Lena's control was absolute. There was no turning back. The gala hall glittered like a palace of light, every chandelier reflecting 1,000 tiny diamonds. Guests in elaborate evening gowns and sharp tuxedos moved gracefully across the floor. My heels clicked against the marble as Lena guided me through the crowd, her hand firm on my lower back. Tonight, Doll, everyone sees you. Cameras, flashes, admirers, your perfection must shine, she whispered, her eyes alight with control and delight. I swallowed hard, forcing a calm expression. The past weeks, every mall outing, every photo shoot, every whispered instruction had built up to this moment. Daniel was fading fast. Doll was ready to face the world fully, or, at least, Lena wanted her to. A sudden spotlight hit the center of the room. A stage had been set for a charity presentation and social parade, and Lena, with a mischievous gleam, whispered, "You're walking the stage, Doll. Every eye, every camera, every guest will see you. Move with grace, charm, and obedience." My stomach twisted, panic threatening to take over. I had never imagined being paraded like this, exposed and observed by so many. Lena squeezed my hand gently, anchoring me. You are Doll, she reminded me. You are beautiful, admired, irresistible. The world will notice. And you will survive it beautifully. As I stepped onto the stage, camera flashes erupted like fireworks. Applause and murmurs filled the room. I felt every gaze piercing through me, every whispered comment amplifying my humiliation and thrill. My legs trembled, my posture wobbled at first, but Lena's whispered guidance steadied me. Chin up, smile, eyes forward. You are Doll, she said softly. I forced a gentle smile, every movement a delicate balance of grace and obedience. The thrill of attention, the shame of exposure, and the intoxicating realization that Daniel's identity was fading collided inside me. I was visible, admired, and controlled, and part of me couldn't deny the forbidden pleasure. A group of well-dressed men leaned forward, admiring my poise. One approached the stage as part of the gala's playful interaction segment, complimenting my elegance. You're stunning, he said, voice low, yet audible. My cheeks burned crimson. Doll's instincts guided my response, soft, charming, alluring. Thank you, I whispered, voice feminine, trembling with emotion. Lena's hand pressed lightly on my arm, reminding me who I was supposed to be. You're irresistible, Doll, she murmured. See? Admiration, attention, the world recognizes perfection. I hated the truth in her words. The shame, the thrill, the humiliation, all intertwined. Daniel's voice protested in the background, but Doll's body and demeanor obeyed flawlessly. After the stage presentation, Lena led me to a quiet corner. Her eyes bore into mine with intensity. "Do you understand, Doll?" she asked. "Every step, every glance, every blush, it's all part of your transformation. Daniel is fading. Doll is emerging. And all of this belongs to me." Tears pricked my eyes. The emotional weight of obedience, exposure, and identity erosion hit me hard. I hated her control, yet a secret, forbidden part of me craved it. The humiliation, the admiration, the complete surrender. It was intoxicating and terrifying all at once. Later, in the restroom, I stared at my reflection. Doll's eyes, wide and vulnerable yet confident, stared back. Every detail, hair, makeup, posture, dress, was perfect. Daniel's features and hesitations were a distant memory. I don't know who I am anymore," I whispered, voice breaking. "You are Doll," Lena said softly, appearing behind me. "Beautiful, obedient, admired. Daniel is fading. Doll is complete. And soon you will accept it fully. You belong to me now, and the world sees you exactly as I intend." Tears streamed down my cheeks, fear, shame, excitement, and the thrill of attention intertwining. Doll had fully emerged. Daniel was nearly gone. Lena's control was absolute. As we left the gala, Lena whispered into my ear, "Tomorrow, Doll, we take the final step, a private, intimate challenge. Your identity will be tested and your obedience confirmed. Are you ready to surrender completely?" My stomach twisted with dread and anticipation. Public exposure, recognition, and total attention had pushed me to my limits. Daniel was fading fast. Doll had fully emerged, and Lena's control was now absolute. The room was dimly lit, scented with soft lavender, candles flickering along the edges. I felt exposed, my heels clicking softly against the polished floor. Lena had asked me to follow her here alone. There was no audience this time. Only her, the space, and the weight of what was to come. "You're ready, Doll," she whispered, her eyes dark with intensity. "Tonight, you surrender fully. No hesitation, no doubt. Daniel is gone. You are Doll, and I will prove it." My heart raced violently. Fear and anticipation collided in my chest. Part of me wanted to run, to scream, to escape. Yet the truth was undeniable. Doll was already here. Daniel was fading, and Lena's control had become intoxicating. Lena guided me to a full-length mirror. "Look at yourself, Doll. See who you are. Every inch of you is mine to shape. Every glance, every smile, every curve perfected." I stared at my reflection. Doll's eyes looked back, wide, delicate, polished. Daniel's familiar hesitations were almost gone, replaced by a trembling yet obedient posture. "Now," Lena said, her voice low and commanding, "I want you to strip away the last pieces of Daniel. Dress completely as Doll. Show me your obedience, your submission, your perfection." I trembled but obeyed. Slowly, I adjusted my outfit, straightened my posture, applied final touches of makeup, and stepped fully into the persona Lena demanded. Once fully Doll, I sank to the floor, overwhelmed. I don't know who I am anymore," I whispered, tears streaming down my cheeks. Lena knelt beside me, her hand gentle yet firm on my shoulder. Doll. You are beautiful. You are admired. You are mine. Daniel is gone. And that is okay." Shame, fear, excitement, and a strange sense of satisfaction collided violently in my chest. I hated how much I craved her approval, yet every word, every touch, every gaze from Lena anchored me further into Doll's identity. I stood once again before the mirror. The reflection staring back was undeniably feminine, delicate, and perfected. Every detail, hair, makeup, posture, dress, was Doll. My body, my voice, my gestures, all obeyed Lena's guidance flawlessly. I don't recognize myself," I admitted, trembling. "You are Doll, Lena said softly, brushing my cheek. And soon you will accept it fully. Fear and shame are natural. But Doll is strong, admired, and beautiful. You will survive this, and you will love it. The mirror reflected not only my appearance, but the full erosion of Daniel's old identity. The realization hit me with devastating clarity. Doll had emerged completely, and there was no turning back. Lena's voice was a whisper, both tender and commanding. Tomorrow, Doll, the world will see your final transformation. Publicly, unmistakably, irreversibly. Are you ready to surrender completely? My stomach twisted with dread and anticipation. Private exposure, intimate obedience, and total surrender had pushed me to my limits. Daniel was gone. Doll had fully emerged. And Lena's psychological and emotional control was now absolute. The grand hall was packed. Crystal chandeliers cast glittering reflections across the polished marble floor, and a soft hum of conversations filled the air. I stood backstage, heels clicking nervously against the floor, heart pounding. Lena's hand rested firmly on my lower back, grounding me, controlling me, claiming me. Tonight, Doll, she whispered, her voice low and commanding. Everyone will see you. Cameras, guests, admirers, your perfection must shine. Daniel is gone. Doll is all they will see. I swallowed hard. Every muscle trembled. The culmination of weeks of training, public outings, photo shoots, and intimate obedience had led to this moment. Doll was ready, or at least Lena wanted her to be. The curtain lifted. I stepped onto the stage, and the room erupted in murmurs, flashes, and applause. Every gaze pierced me. Every whispered comment amplified my humiliation and thrill. I could feel Doll's persona guiding me, poised, elegant, enchanting. Daniel's fear lingered faintly in the back of my mind, but Doll was dominant now. Chin up.
Smile.
Eyes forward. You are Doll, Lena whispered. I forced a gentle smile, letting the elegance and charm she had drilled into me flow naturally. The thrill of public attention, the intoxicating mix of admiration and shame, coursed through me. I was exposed, visible, controlled, and a strange part of me relished it. A young man from the audience stepped forward as part of the gala's interactive segment. You're breathtaking, he said, voice low yet confident. My cheeks flushed crimson. Doll's instincts guided my response. Soft, gentle, and charming. Thank you, I whispered, voice feminine trembling. Lena's hand pressed lightly on my arm, reminding me of her ownership. You're irresistible, Doll, Lena murmured. See how they admire you? This is your power. You belong to me. I hated the truth of her words. Humiliation, thrill, obedience, all intertwined. Daniel's voice protested faintly, but Doll's body and demeanor obeyed flawlessly. Later, backstage, I stared at my reflection in a full-length mirror. Doll's eyes, wide and vulnerable yet confident, stared back. Every detail, hair, makeup, dress, posture, was perfect. Daniel's features, hesitations, and insecurities were a distant memory. I don't know who I am anymore, I whispered, voice trembling. You are Doll, Lena said softly, appearing behind me. Beautiful, obedient, admired. Daniel is fading. Doll is complete. And soon you will accept it fully. You belong to me, and the world sees you exactly as I intend. Tears streamed down my cheeks. Fear, shame, excitement, and the forbidden thrill of attention intertwined. Doll had fully emerged. Daniel was nearly gone. Lena's control was absolute. As the applause from the audience still echoed faintly in the background, Lena's gaze bore into mine. Do you understand now, Doll? She asked, voice low and commanding. Every step, every glance, every blush has all been for this. Daniel is fading, and you are mine. Beautiful, admired, obedient. And this is only the beginning. You will survive it. You will love it. Her words struck me with a mix of fear, shame, and forbidden excitement. The full weight of her psychological control pressed down. I hated her, yet part of me craved her approval. I trembled, realizing how deeply she had changed me, how fully Doll had replaced Daniel. As we stepped away from the stage, Lena leaned close, whispering into my ear, "Tomorrow, Doll, we finalize everything. The world will know, your identity will be solidified, and your obedience tested one last time. Are you ready to surrender completely?" My stomach twisted. Public exposure, recognition, and complete attention had pushed me to my emotional limits. Daniel was gone. Doll had fully emerged. Lena's psychological and emotional control was now absolute. There was no turning back. The morning sunlight poured through the expansive windows of Lena's penthouse, highlighting the delicate pastel dress I wore for today's ultimate challenge. My hands trembled as I clutched the hem of my skirt, heart hammering. This was it, the culmination of weeks of control, training, exposure, and humiliation. Daniel was almost gone, replaced entirely by Doll, yet deep inside, a faint voice whispered doubts. Lena's presence was commanding, her hand resting possessively on my back. "Today, Doll," she said, her voice both gentle and commanding, "we complete your transformation. Every glance, every word, every movement will solidify who you are. Daniel is fading. You are Doll, and the world will see it." I swallowed hard, forcing my legs to carry me forward. My heels clicked softly against the polished floor, echoing like a countdown to my emotional unraveling. Lena led me into a luxurious private studio, filled with mirrors and soft lighting. Cameras were set up, not for anyone else to see, but for Lena to document every moment. "You will perform, Doll," she instructed. "Every expression, every gesture, every reaction. Show me that Daniel is gone. Show me that Doll is fully mine." I trembled, the shame and anticipation coiling in my stomach. Slowly, I adjusted my posture, smoothed my hair, and stared at my reflection. Doll stared back, delicate, poised, beautiful, yet completely under Lena's control. "Do you understand?" Lena asked, her eyes burning with intensity. "Every flaw, every hesitation, it's mine to correct. And today, you will surrender completely." I nodded, tears brimming, knowing there was no escape. The cameras clicked. Lena instructed me to move, pose, and speak. Each moment was a test of obedience. I faltered at first, voice quivering, posture stiff. Lena's hands guided me, adjusting my stance, smoothing my hair, brushing my cheek. "You're perfect, Doll," she whispered. "Beautiful, obedient, irresistible. Daniel is fading. And you will survive this, and you will love it." Shame and forbidden pleasure collided violently. The humiliation of being documented, the thrill of obedience, the subtle delight of being called beautiful, it all twisted inside me. Daniel wanted to resist, to run, to reclaim himself, but Doll obeyed flawlessly. Tears streamed down my face. I don't know who I am anymore," I admitted, voice breaking. "You are Doll," Lena said softly, brushing a curl from my cheek. "And soon you will accept it fully. The world sees you, and I have shaped you into perfection." Lena led me to a wall of mirrors. Doll's reflection was undeniable. Every curve, every detail, every expression perfected. Daniel's features and hesitations were distant echoes, fading rapidly. I feel lost," I whispered, trembling. "You are Doll," Lena repeated, firm and tender at once. "And that is your power. You are admired, desired, obedient. Daniel is fading, Doll is emerging. And soon you will embrace it completely." The realization struck me. Doll had fully replaced Daniel. I had surrendered, willingly and unwillingly, to Lena's control. My identity was no longer my own, yet the thrill of attention, admiration, and forbidden obedience pulsed within me. Later, Lena guided me to a private gala setup, a small gathering of select friends, colleagues, and photographers. Every eye was on me, every glance a test. "Show them, Doll," Lena commanded. "Every gesture, every smile, every word. Let them see your perfection." I stepped forward, trembling. The room filled with admiration, compliments, and subtle flirtation. Each interaction was a knife of humiliation and thrill. I was visible, exposed, and yet Doll handled it flawlessly. "You're beautiful," one man said softly. "Thank you," I whispered, voice feminine, heart racing. Lena's hand lightly rested on my back, grounding and controlling me. "You're irresistible, Doll," she whispered, satisfaction in her tone. "This is the result of your obedience. Daniel is gone. Doll is complete." As the private gala ended, Lena drew me close, her lips brushing my ear. "Tomorrow, Doll, the world will see you fully. Publicly. Irrevocably. Your obedience, your identity, your perfection, all of it. Are you ready to surrender completely?" My stomach twisted with fear and anticipation. Public attention, intimate tests, and complete surrender had pushed me to my emotional limits. Daniel was gone. Doll had fully emerged. Lena's control was now absolute. There was no turning back. The city skyline glittered outside the floor-to-ceiling windows of the Grand Hall, reflecting the anticipation inside. The crowd was buzzing with excitement, the chatter of well-dressed guests filling the air. Tonight was the pinnacle, the event that would cement Doll's identity and showcase her to the world. I stood backstage, trembling, heels clicking nervously against the polished floor. My hands gripped the delicate fabric of my dress, and my heart pounded in a mix of fear, shame, and an unnameable thrill. Lena's hand rested firmly on my back, steadying me, claiming me. "Tonight, Doll," she whispered, her voice both soft and commanding. "The world will see you. Cameras, admirers, friends, everyone will witness your perfection. Daniel is gone. You are Doll, and you will shine." I swallowed hard, forcing my legs to carry me forward. Weeks of control, exposure, and intimate tests had led to this moment. Daniel was fading fast. Doll was ready, or at least, Lena demanded she be. The stage lights blazed as the curtain lifted. Applause erupted immediately. Every gaze was piercing, every whisper magnified my humiliation and exhilaration. Doll's persona guided me now, graceful, poised, radiant. Daniel's fear lingered faintly, but Doll dominated. Chin up. Smile. Confidence. "You are Doll," Lena whispered. I forced a soft, elegant smile, letting the charm and elegance she had trained me in flow naturally. Every flash, every glance, every murmur was a test of composure. Public attention, admiration, and humiliation intertwined, and a strange part of me relished it. A young man from the audience stepped forward, complimenting my posture and grace. "You're breathtaking," he said, voice low yet appreciative. My cheeks flushed crimson. Doll's instincts guided my soft, feminine response. "Thank you," I whispered, voice trembling yet sweet. Lena's hand lightly pressed on my back, reminding me of her ownership. "You see," she murmured softly, "this is your power. Every eye, every compliment, it belongs to Doll. Daniel is fading. Doll is complete." The humiliation and thrill coiled inside me, forcing a mix of fear, shame, and forbidden pleasure. Doll had fully emerged, Daniel was nearly gone, and Lena's control was absolute. Later, backstage, I stood before a full-length mirror. Doll's eyes stared back, vulnerable yet confident, delicate yet commanding attention. Every detail, hair, makeup, dress, posture, was perfect. Daniel's hesitation, insecurities, and features felt like distant echoes. I don't know who I am anymore," I whispered, tears streaking my cheeks. "You are Doll," Lena said softly, appearing behind me. "Beautiful, admired, obedient. Daniel is fading. Doll is complete. And soon you will embrace it fully. You belong to me. The world sees you exactly as I intend." Tears of fear, shame, excitement, and thrill ran down my cheeks. Doll had fully replaced Daniel. The surrender was complete. Lena's psychological and emotional control was total. As the applause echoed faintly from the stage, Lena's gaze bore into mine. "Do you understand now, Doll?" she asked, voice soft yet commanding. "Every step, every glance, Every blush it has been for this. Daniel is gone. You are mine. Beautiful, admired, obedient. And this is only the beginning. You will survive it. You will love it. Her words struck me with a mixture of fear, shame, and an intoxicating thrill. I hated how much I craved her approval, yet part of me did. I trembled, realizing the depth of control she had over me, the completeness of Doll's emergence. As the final public display ended, Lena drew me close, whispering in my ear, "Tomorrow, Doll, the world will know your identity fully.
Publicly.
Irrevocably. Your obedience, your beauty, your perfection, all of it. Are you ready to surrender completely?" My stomach twisted with dread and anticipation. Public attention, intimate tests, and complete surrender had pushed me to my limits. Daniel was gone. Doll had fully emerged. Lena's control was now absolute. There was no turning back. The grand hall sparkled under the brilliant chandeliers. Every seat was filled with expectant eyes, whispers of admiration and curiosity filling the air. Tonight was the ultimate stage, a gala designed not just to display Doll, but to cement her existence publicly, leaving no room for Daniel to survive. I stood backstage, trembling, the delicate pastel dress I wore clinging to my body, heels clicking softly on the marble. Lena's hand rested possessively on my back. "Tonight, Doll," she whispered, her voice a mixture of tenderness and dominance, "you belong to the world." Every glance, every compliment, every gaze, absorbed, admired, controlled. Daniel is gone. Doll is perfect. And everyone will see it. I swallowed hard, forcing my legs to carry me forward. Weeks of training, public outings, intimate obedience, and humiliation had led to this moment. Daniel's voice, hesitant and fearful, was now only a whisper in the back of my mind. Doll was ready, or at least Lena demanded she be. The curtain lifted, revealing the sparkling audience. Applause erupted instantly, a wave of heat and pressure pressing against me. I felt every gaze piercing, every whisper amplifying both my humiliation and a forbidden thrill. Doll's persona guided me, graceful, poised, radiant. Daniel's fear lingered faintly, but Doll was dominant now. Chin up, smile, elegance. "You are Doll," Lena whispered, her warm breath brushing my ear. I forced a delicate smile, letting the charm and poise she had instilled flow naturally. Every step, every sway, every gesture was under scrutiny. My heart raced. Public attention, admiration, and shame mingled inside me, twisting into a strange, intoxicating elation. A young man from the audience stepped forward, leaning slightly as part of the interactive segment. "You're breathtaking," he said, voice soft but confident. My cheeks flushed crimson. Doll's instincts guided my soft, feminine reply. "Thank you," I whispered, voice trembling yet sweet. Lena's hand pressed lightly on my back, grounding me. "You see," she murmured softly. "Admiration, attention, power. Daniel is fading. Doll is complete. You are irresistible." Shame, thrill, and excitement coiled in my chest. The humiliation of exposure, the adrenaline of attention, the intoxicating satisfaction of obedience, all converged. Daniel's voice was faint now, nearly silent. Doll had fully emerged. Backstage, a full-length mirror reflected my image. Doll's wide, vulnerable yet confident eyes, delicate posture, perfect hair, flawless makeup. Every detail screamed femininity and submission. Daniel's features, hesitation, and old insecurities felt like echoes from another life. I don't recognize myself," I whispered, tears streaming down my cheeks. "You are Doll," Lena said, her presence warm but commanding. "Beautiful, admired, obedient. Daniel is gone. Doll is complete. Soon you will accept it fully. You belong to me, and the world sees you exactly as I intended." Tears of fear, shame, excitement, and the thrill of complete surrender poured down my cheeks. Doll had fully replaced Daniel. My body, my voice, my gestures, everything was aligned with Lena's vision. As the applause from the audience still echoed faintly, Lena's gaze pierced mine. "Do you understand now, doll?" she asked softly but firmly. "Every step, every glance, every blush, all of it has been for this. Daniel is gone. You are mine. Beautiful, admired, obedient. This is perfection. You will survive it. You will love it." Her words struck me with a mixture of fear, shame, and an intoxicating thrill. I hated how much I craved her approval, yet part of me did. The control she wielded over me was complete, absolute. Doll had emerged fully, irreversibly. Lena guided me once more to the center of the gala. Photographers, admirers, and guests focused their attention entirely on me. "Doll," Lena commanded, "show them. Every gesture, every smile, every word. This is your final moment. You are no longer Daniel. You are mine, and the world will see your perfection." I stepped forward, every movement precise, every glance feminine and charming. Compliments and whispers swirled around me. Every interaction, admiration, flirtation, playful attention, tore away the last remnants of Daniel's identity. "You're breathtaking," one guest said softly. "Tish, thank you," I whispered, voice feminine and confident now. Lena's hand rested lightly on my back, the anchor of my obedience. "You are irresistible, doll," she murmured. "This is the result of your surrender. Daniel is gone. Doll is complete." As the grand finale ended, Lena drew me close, her lips brushing my ear. "Tomorrow, doll, the world will know your identity fully. Publicly. Irrevocably. Your obedience, your beauty, your perfection, all of it. Are you ready to surrender completely?" My stomach twisted with dread and anticipation. Public attention, intimate tests, and total surrender had pushed me to my emotional limits. Daniel was gone. Doll had fully emerged. Lena's control was now absolute. There was no turning back. The morning sun poured gently through the tall windows, illuminating the room with a soft glow. I stood in front of the full-length mirror, my hands lightly resting on my hips, staring at Doll's reflection. Every detail, the soft curls of my hair, the flawless makeup, the delicate dress, the poised stance, was perfect. Daniel's presence was a faint, distant echo, almost gone. Lena entered silently, her eyes scanning me with a mixture of pride, possessiveness, and satisfaction. "Today, doll," she whispered. "You decide. Are you going to embrace this fully, or are you still clinging to Daniel?" My stomach twisted. Weeks of transformation, obedience, public exposure, and private humiliation had led to this exact moment. Every glance from her, every compliment, every test had pushed Daniel further away. I could feel Doll's identity solidifying inside me. I closed my eyes, breathing deeply. Memories of my old life flashed. The hesitant steps of Daniel, moments of pride and fear, fleeting thoughts of independence. Yet the thrill, the attention, the thrill of obedience, and Lena's intoxicating control coursed through me. Doll's voice whispered seductively, "You are admired. You are beautiful. You belong." Tears welled up in my eyes. I don't know if I can go back," I admitted, voice trembling. "I don't know if I want to." Lena's smile was soft yet commanding. "You don't have to want to, doll. You only have to accept it. Daniel is gone, and Doll is perfect. You have survived, and the world sees you. Now, it's your choice." Lena guided me to a small gathering she had arranged, a circle of friends, admirers, and witnesses to witness Doll's final emergence. Cameras, flashes, and whispers surrounded me. Each step, each glance, each smile was a test of my submission. "You belong to the world now," Lena said softly. "Let them see Doll. Let them admire. Let them desire. You are no longer Daniel. You are perfect." I stepped forward, trembling, yet poised. The applause, compliments, and attention overwhelmed me. My cheeks flushed, heart raced, and a strange sense of satisfaction mixed with humiliation washed over me. Daniel's voice was silent now. Doll had fully emerged. Backstage, Lena guided me to the mirror once more. "Look at yourself, Doll. See what you have become. Beautiful, admired, obedient. Daniel is gone, and that is okay. You are alive. You are desired. You are mine. I stared, tears streaming down my face. Fear, shame, and excitement collided violently. The thrill of attention, the forbidden pleasure of obedience, and the intoxicating satisfaction of being called beautiful overtook every doubt. I am Doll, I whispered, voice trembling yet resolute. Yes, Lena said softly, brushing a curl from my cheek. You are perfect. You have surrendered fully. And now you will live as Doll, admired, desired, and complete. She leaned close, whispering in my ear. Do you understand now why this had to happen? Daniel's hesitation, his fear, he was incomplete. Doll is whole. Doll is beautiful. Doll is mine. And the world sees it. Every glance, every compliment, every whisper, it belongs to you now. You have survived, and you have become something greater. Her words struck me with a mixture of fear, shame, and an unnameable thrill. I hated her, yet craved her approval. I had surrendered completely. Doll had emerged fully. Daniel was gone. As Lena held my hand and guided me toward the balcony overlooking the city, the wind brushing softly against my face, she whispered, Now, Doll, live your life. Will you cling to the past, or will you embrace who you are fully? The world awaits you. I took a deep breath, letting the realization wash over me. Daniel was gone. Doll had fully emerged. The world would see me as I was now. And Lena's control, guidance, and vision had shaped me into something irreversible. I smiled softly, a mixture of fear, excitement, and acceptance flooding my chest. I will live as Doll, I whispered. Lena's lips curved into a satisfied, possessive smile. Good. Welcome to your new life, Doll. Beautiful, obedient, and admired. Forever mine.